Reconnect. Thank you very much for joining me on this program once again. Rakshit Tandon is my guest here today. He's a cybersecurity expert and he works with the Internet and Mobile Association of India. What he's doing is extremely important, and I really would request you to please pay very careful attention to all that he's going to tell us today. Thank you very much, Rakshit, for joining me on this program.
My pleasure.
I appreciate your time today. I know you're a very busy person. You have made it almost your life's mission to make sure that children are aware of this digital age and the threats that it poses.
Right.
Tell me.
Yes, it all started 2008, and what I did, I just started talking to kids, going to schools voluntarily and educating them, because I saw that these young kids, when they enter the digital world, whether through a mobile or through internet, they become very, very vulnerable, and especially they're not aware of the do's and don'ts about the net.
Right.
So I took it up as a mission, and our organization, Internet and Mobile Association of India, took it up as a campaign national-wide. And yes, till date I have spoken to 5 lakh students,
Right.
51 cities, 13 states of the nation.
That's amazing. But tell me, on a personal level, was there any particular thing that really triggered it off for you? I mean, you have 2 young children. Is that what really happened?
Not exactly, because it was like I was working as an IT expert in my city, Agra. And it happened like in 2004, I remember a senior lady police officer coming to my office to seek help for internet, and the help she required was that there was a case, she got a complaint where a young girl was badly bullied and blackmailed through some unknown anonymous chatting guy. And that was the trigger. I did help that police officer, but after that I saw that how this young girl can so easily be swayed away with a very specific email address like coolboy91@yahoo.com and start chatting with that boy and start sharing personal pictures, and then became vulnerable to this crime. And so that was the trigger.
Right. So does this happen a lot in India with our young people, with children?
Yes, it does happen.
Really?
Yes.
What is the incidence percentage? Can you tell me?
30%, I'd say, because being to 5 lakh students, any audience I talk to, like today itself in Chennai, I was talking to 500 students, and in my starting only I asked the first question. After giving my introduction and my background, that I work with law enforcement and all that stuff, I just asked them very frankly, tell me without fear, how many of you have gone through a negative experience? And their hand raising is almost 30% of the audience all.
Right.
So, and this negative experience are of very, very different natures. Like my ID's had somebody misusing it. Somebody stole my picture and created a fake profile abusing me. Somebody is sending bad messages on my mobile. Somebody is bullying me on internet. So these are the mixed kind of problems they face generally. And yes, this percentage is really worrying.
This is pretty shocking as we speak here today. But then when you talk to these children, and you've spoken, in just so many places around our country, what kind of impact do you think it leaves on the children? Are they scared? Are they, do they really get nervous about this whole thing? Do they pull out from being part of this digital age?
No, that will never happen.
Really? It's too tempting.
No. They'll find it very interesting, the first thing. Yes, they get sensitized, and that's my mission exactly. Because see, we all in our real lives, we are living, these kids are living 2 lives, real life and a virtual life. Real life, your moral science, your school, your parents, your teachers, daily they are teaching you ethics of life. Not to do this, not to do this, don't talk to unknown people, don't go there, respect your elders. But nobody has taught them the netiquettes. They are born and brought up in this world, and they are the netizens.
Right.
We are data migrants.
That's right.
We are old guys. We have used analog phones. We have written handwritten letters.
True.
And we lived in a real life. We became friends, and after meeting for a couple of days, couple of hours, couple of months, then we used to say, yes, this is my friend in this real virtual world. Just a button, confirm friend, and that's it. You're a friend.
It's terrible, because truly, you don't even know who you're talking to.
You don't know who's sitting behind the screen. And they feel so proud. I was in a school, 11-year-old kid says, I have 300 friends on Facebook. And he doesn't even know one of them.
I think it's very sad,
so
really.
We have to teach them the netiquettes, and that's what we do through these workshops. We not only address the threats, the live cases which I've gone through, my experience with working with law enforcement agencies. I've been training the police, so we have been doing this extensive police training program. We have covered almost 4,500 police officers. And I actually work as an advisor with cybercrime unit, Agra, Gurgaon, Haryana, Surat. And when they come up with the live cases, so I know exactly how this bad guy is working and how is he attacking you. So with that reference of the case studies, I talk to these kids and I tell them, see, this is what can happen to you if you are not safe.
If you're not careful, yes.
If you're not careful.
Right. Now you talked about security agencies and training people in the department, in the police department. But do you think that with all of this training, this kind of thing can ever be totally controlled or eradicated, if that's the right word?
You can't.
You can't.
You can't. The way you could never finish the traditional crime from any like as a human being, you have both sides.
Yes.
So you can't finish the crime, but yes, you can curb it. You can curb it to an extent. And right now the figures are very alarming. If you see the growth of cybercrime as per the NCRB, that is the National Crime Record Bureau,
yes.
The 2010 report says that we had 966 cases reported. In comparison to 2007, we had 217 cases.
So that's almost 4 times.
This is when I don't think every state has a well-equipped cybercrime unit as on date.
Right.
So the more citizens will enter the net, the more you have threats. So only awareness, education, and the right way to use the technology is not promoted, you will find more and more victims.
Right. So our police force, our security agencies, they need to be absolutely on the ball and up to spec. Do you find, I mean, I know that you're teaching and I know that you're working alongside them, so they are entirely aware of what's happening, how it can happen, what can be done?
Yes, they are. Now, if I see my current experience of working with so many academies, the new generation law enforcement officers coming up from a background of IIT, from a background of computers, yes, they are aware of it. And even the deputed law enforcement, they have been regularly put on by training by the government, by CBI academies or by the inbuilt national academy, where they are being taught about cybercrime, mobile crime, and if you see the statistics from even the local police here itself, maximum cases are being translated or cracked because of mobile surveillance.
Right.
So they are ready and they are up to date to get it up.
Yeah, just as well. Rakshit, I'm going to ask you to hold on for just a very short while. We'll take a very quick break here on We Connect and we'll get right back with you.